Arsenal.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the assistant referee, and he is, when that goes out, he's on the edge of the 18-yard box. He's got no choice. It's not his fault.
No, of course.
You can't run that fast.
Sanchez has the ball then. He's been involved in the opening 16 minutes. Is Robert Sanchez forward towards Joao Pedro against Gabriel. Joao Pedro is once again feeling the contact from behind from Gabriel. It's going to be a throw in Chelsea.
Oh, I used to hate playing in games that look like with defenders like this, because they're loving every second of this. They can't wait to dump him on his backside every time he goes near them.
Liam Rosinia on the edge of his technical area watching on, and one or two instructions on the touchline, and beaten in his first 6 Premier League games in charge as Chelsea boss. But it's a big old test this afternoon. And Chelsea have the ball now through Reece James. Reece James goes to the right-hand side and finds Saliba. And Saliba to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto to the chest of Saliba, who brings it down well. And now it is all the way back with Sanchez once again, and Sanchez has the ball, and Gyökeres is in close proximity. Declan Rice keeps it moving, and now is Saka on the right-hand side for Arsenal. Saka just inside the penalty area now. Victor Gyökeres round the corner is going to dribble out of play for a goal kick, but Robert Sanchez is playing with fire, Dave Kitson.
Yeah, and I just wanted to see whether anyone actually turned around after that move fizzled out and said anything to him, and Saliba has absolutely crucified him, and rightly so. This is the 3rd time in the first 17 minutes that Gyökeres has almost nicked the ball off him. Arsenal have won it back and created something of a chance inside Chelsea's area. Saliba went absolutely mad at him, as did Cole Palmer. I just saw there on a replay.
But when it's the instruction day, which it clearly is from the manager, what are you supposed to do as a goalkeeper?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, there's being sensible about it. Yes, we want you to play out, but you know, you can't risk. Gyökeres is going to close you down now. You can't risk it.
Here's Cole Palmer, 35 yards from goal. Cole Palmer goes right-hand side and finds Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto's inside the area. Pedro Neto with a cross in, but he just clipped it beyond everyone. There were 4 shirts inside the Arsenal penalty area. Took a nick on his way through. It's going to be a corner kick for Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm not sure anyone was aware of that. I certainly didn't realise it had taken it. I just thought it was a bad cross. So it needed to be whipped in, and he sort of floated it. But clearly it came off somebody. Saka on the back post left it. He thought it was going to be a goal kick.
Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0. It's been an engaging opening 18 minutes at the Emirates, and a set-piece situation now for Chelsea, which Reece James is going to take. So Reece James, the captain, places the ball in the quadrant. Both centre-backs forward for Chelsea, and there's a cluster of players in and around the 6-yard box. Reece James with the ball in, and it just ripples the side netting in the end, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, strange. Quite. It's clearly something that they've tried and they've worked, rather than sticking it right into the box, where you've got Arsenal have got some of the best headers in the defensive headers in the league.
Chance now for Eza inside the Chelsea half. He goes right-hand side and finds Saka. Saka against Hato. Saka drifts infield. It's a really good touch of the ball by Hato, but Arsenal will just reprocess possession. Saka then 25 yards from goal goes down. Wants a free kick. Darren England says nothing doing. And here come Chelsea. Lifted right-hand side for Pedro Neto. Nketiah is there. And Nketiah just nods it down to Trossard, and Arsenal take control of the situation once more. Zubimendi has it and goes to the Belgian Trossard on the left-hand side. And Trossard thought about the ball forward towards Eza. Instead he goes to Gabriel, and Gabriel now to Saliba. Saliba deep inside his own half, finds his centre-back partner Gabriel. Gabriel back to Saliba, and now Jurrien Timber on the right-hand side for Arsenal. Jurrien Timber clips it in towards Victor Gyökeres, who's just dropped slightly deeper. Nice play from Arsenal on the right flank, and here is Jurrien Timber. He's got 3 players inside the penalty area, deflection on the cross, and it's going to be a corner kick for Arsenal right-hand side.
It's a great ball in from Timber. He's trying to wrap it right round the backs of the defenders. The Arsenal fans are claiming this is a handball from Enzo Fernandez. I think it may have caught him in. Yeah, it catches him right in the midriff. It's quite painful if you're not expecting it, and flies off him and out for a corner.
We know a dangerous Arsenal are from set-piece situations. Enzo Fernandez is back on his feet now, and his side of a corner kick to defend. Arteta is in conversation with 1 or 2 on the Arsenal bench, having a little look at the monitor as well. 20 minutes played at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0. And of course Gabriel, Saliba, Gyökeres and others providing the height inside the penalty area. Corner kick then for Arsenal, and the game is currently at 0-0. Now the set piece will be delivered by Saka on the right-hand side, left-footed. Saka is going to sweep the ball into the penalty area. Saka's corner kick goes right to the back post. It's kept alive as well, and cannons into the back of the Chelsea net. And it's Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0, and it's William Saliba who leads the celebrations. And Arsenal, once again from a corner, so dangerous, they have the advantage. Well,
it's unbelievable. I mean, if you can spend £1 billion on players and still not be able to do anything about this from Arsenal. It's a great delivery, don't get me wrong, it's a great delivery, but everyone expects them to run across the front, and they don't. They actually run the other way, they drop out, and that's the hardest part, because you're unsure of what they're going to do. Are they going to come forward across the near post or drop back? They drop back and keep the ball alive. They're not trying to score off the first ball, they're trying to score off the second ball. It's Gabriel round the back, he flicks it back in. Gabriel, I think, gets a header on it, but it goes in off a Chelsea player. Sanchez can't keep it out.
I think it might go down as an own goal for Mamadou Sarr. It was William Saliba who was leading the celebrations. Gabriel kept it alive. Saliba's touch, it was going in anyway. So Saliba might actually be credited with a goal, but I mean, from Chelsea's perspective, he's so scrappy, Dave.
It's awful. It really is awful, because you know something's happening, and it's either going to go across the near or to the back. You just have to mark your players, and you have to hold them. Caicedo, I saw, was doing it really well. Wrapped his arms around a player. He was never going to score. But on that back post, João Pedro is not even looking at the player. He's not even looking at the ball. He's doing nothing, and that allows Gabriel to get the leap over the back of him and keep the ball alive.
Well, William Saliba scores his first goal of the Premier League season, and Arsenal leads at the Emirates in a different kind of proposition now for Chelsea. 0-0, they could kind of sit back and see how the game developed, Dave, but
yeah. Set pieces.
It is Declan Rice now with the corner kick once again into a promising position, but this time Chelsea managed to clip it away. You just feel like this is a big 5 or 10 minutes now for Chelsea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They need to sit in, because this crowd are up, Arsenal are up.
Raya has the ball right on halfway, pings it right-hand side towards Gabriel, who's playing as the right winger momentarily. Now Saka brings Timber into play. Timber rolls it right-hand side now for Gabriel. It's all Arsenal at present, leading as they do through that William Saliba goal on 21 minutes. Collected now by Eza. Eza inside the centre circle. Eza back to Saliba. Saliba to Nkapie. Nkapie back to Saliba. And Arsenal now through Eza, who helps it forwards, but that'll go into the arms of Sanchez.
Yeah, that's not a good touch from Eza, to be honest. Comes into him, bounces up around his chest, and he just helps it in behind. But Arsenal are all over Chelsea at the moment, and it's hard to see actually what Chelsea are trying to do.
And a difficult opening 25 minutes of the game for Mamadou Sarr as well. Had a big chance to give Chelsea the leads, which he didn't take. And then the ball coming off him. As it nestled into the back of the net. Certainly is William Saliba's goal, though. Here come Chelsea and Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. Lays it square now. And Pedro Neto receives it once again. It is Pedro Neto then for Chelsea, just outside the penalty area on the right flank. He's got the option of Reece James with him. Pedro Neto looking for a little bit of support. He's on his left boot, can't really find it. Moises Caicedo just goes back in field towards Saliba. And Saliba has the ball inside the Arsenal half, and Moises Caicedo, the Ecuadorian, back towards Saliba, and Chelsea just dropping deeper and deeper, and saw a little bit scrappy from Chelsea, and Eza nearly got in there, and Declan Rice against Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer wins the ball and just pirouettes away from Declan Rice, and it is Cole Palmer now. He's done ever so well. Goes left-hand side now to Hato. And Cole Palmer trying to pick up the pieces. Will be Andre Santos, who does gather the Brazilian. And now Enzo Fernandez in towards Hato. Hato back to Enzo Fernandez, the Argentine, to the left of centre, 35 yards from goal, into the feet of João Pedro, but wasn't really giving João Pedro much to work with there. Darren England gives the free kick for Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And this is what I'm talking about. There's a number of things wrong with what Chelsea are doing. typified by Neto there getting the ball. It's on his left foot, he doesn't want to cross it. He's got Reece James outside him, he doesn't want to pass it to him either. When you get starved of the ball as a player, you start taking too many touches, you start doing things you wouldn't ordinarily do because you never know when you're going to see it again. And that's exactly what happened there. He killed Chelsea's own move.
As it stands, Arsenal will be 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, having played a game more than Manchester City, of course, who won at Leeds yesterday. Nearly 27 minutes played here in North London. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. The goal scored by William Saliba, the assists from Gabriel Magalhaes. And
kick it off the pitch.
Leandro Trossard, left-hand side then for Arsenal. Leandro Trossard has the support of Nkapie. Nkapie's inside the penalty across the face of goal. Hato will just scoop it away, and Reece James takes charge of the situation, but it is Saliba who is bundled over by Cole Palmer, and that's going to be a free kick for Arsenal inside the centre circle.
Yeah, it's good from Arsenal. And the thing you notice, and you notice this about all teams who win the Premier League, the attacks come from all over the place. I mean, set pieces, obviously, that's where the goals come from, but they're coming down the left with Trossard, from Saka, from Timber, overlapping, from Gyökeres, pressing the goalkeeper, from Eze, they're coming from all over the place, and Chelsea can't handle it.
Saka against Hato, he fancies this one-on-one. It is now Saka just outside the penalty area, got Rice in support. It's Declan Rice with the effort, it's teed up nicely for him, but he can only hoist it into the stands, but it's all Arsenal.
Yeah, and there's another chance, and a different type of chance again. Saka coming in off the line. I saw them do that against Bournemouth actually a couple of times, with Declan Rice scoring from there with exactly the same type of side foot finish in the corner. All of these little things that they've got, they've got so many players they can go to find a goal.
Chelsea struggling for outlets really. Once again they're playing out from the back, and Sarr lifts it towards João Pedro, but he's feeding off scraps, isn't he? He's got nothing to work with, and Gabriel and then inside the centre circle. Gabriel to Saliba. Saliba back to Gabriel. Two centre-backs combining for the goal. Turn around the corner nicely now towards will it come back for Saka at will? And now forward towards Eze again, but I think it came off the arm of Eze, and so it will be a free kick for Chelsea.
Yeah, they need to get to grips. Saka's becoming more and more influential as the game goes on. They're getting the ball into him a lot, and he's just cutting in, and his options are everywhere. He can cross to Gyökeres, he can shoot himself. Sometimes they've sent it back to Zubimendi and they've tried to play a through ball. There's so many different ways of playing and different patterns all over the pitch, and Chelsea just don't know what have hit them in this opening half an hour.
Throw in for Arsenal inside the Chelsea half. Mikel Arteta gives a little high five for Nkapie, and Liam Rossignol orchestrating where he wants his players to be. 5 attempts in the game for Arsenal, 1 of which on target, 2 for Chelsea, but half an hour played and no attempts on target as yet for Liam Rossignol's men. Had a big chance though through Mamadou Sarr inside the opening exchanges of the contest. David Raya then feeds it out towards Zubimendi with the back pass, and very nearly put his goalkeeper in all kind of difficulty, and Zubimendi just holds up his arms in way of apology, but João Pedro nearly had a tap in.
What is going on with these goalkeepers today, honestly? And I don't know what Raya's doing afterwards. Raya's dived. Raya should be booked for that. He's dived as if Pedro smacked him in the face. He hasn't even touched him.
It is Chelsea in possession on the halfway line. Reece James does have it, but maybe a little bit of encouragement for Chelsea in the game. Back now with Sanchez. Sanchez goes to his right-hand side, and Reece James with the touch, and Reece James deep inside his own after Cole Palmer. Love a little touch from Cole Palmer, but Arsenal win the ball back, and then Nkapie helps it down the line. This one's going to be mopped up by Chelsea. Well, in fact, it's given straight back to Victor Gyökeres, 25 yards from goal. Victor Gyökeres infield, but Enzo Fernandez takes charge of the situation. Here's Reece James. Reece James goes left-hand side now for Chelsea, and Jarell Hato. Hato has the option of João Pedro to his left-hand side. João Pedro peeling away to that left flank, and Enzo Fernandez now gathers, and Andre Santos collects. Santos it towards Reece James. Reece James for Chelsea, giving the ball straight back though to Arsenal, and Trossard will move up towards the halfway line, and Trossard rides the challenge of Andre Santos with real ease, and here goes Leandro Trossard approaching the edge of the penalty area. Still Trossard for Arsenal, still Trossard is inside the penalty area, cut back for Eza. It's a really good challenge, but might come for Saka, and instead Chelsea just about have enough blue shirts there to pacify the danger. And João Pedro now gathers, and João Pedro to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto all the way back to his two centre-backs, and Chelsea will build once again from the back. It is Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. William Saliba with a goal on 21 minutes. Arsenal have had the better of things so far in the game. Reece James now has the ball in the right back slot. Reece James goes back once again to his centre-backs, and now Sanchez has it again. And Arsenal will try and press. I think for the first time in the game, Sanchez has opted to go long towards João Pedro. And Declan Rice with a touch on towards Eze, and it dribbles back towards Sanchez.
Yeah, it's Chelsea, they're just moving the ball a little bit too slowly at the minute. Reece James particularly, I've been watching him very closely. And that's not good news either. Cole Palmer's hit the deck.
Well, Cole Palmer is down, and, well, reaction of the player usually tells you a great deal, and Cole Palmer looks like a very frustrated figure, and receiving a little bit of treatment now, I think possibly to the right leg, but there's no one around him, Dave, I don't think.
No, we didn't. It may have been something that happened earlier. I mean, the physio there's he's got his hand on the knee of Palmer, but as this move fizzles out, Cole Palmer just sits down on the turf. He calls the referee as well, gets his attention. He's clearly struggling with something. Yeah, it's his knee. They're rotating his knee just to make sure his ligaments in there are okay. But he's clearly felt something. Maybe just hyperextended it, perhaps.
Well, there are options on the bench, of course, for Chelsea. The likes of Garnacho, the lap. Wouldn't exactly be like for like, but another possibility. As it stands, it is Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Gabriel's header from a Saka corner, and then Saliba's touch into the back of the net off Sarr. That is the moment that separates the two sides.
Yeah, it's the more I watch it back, the more of a horror show it is from a Chelsea point of view. It's a decent ball to the back post, don't get me wrong, but you just have to make sure the first contact in a penalty area for either team, your chances of clearing it or scoring a goal go up exponentially. And
you know Arsenal are going to hit Gabriel.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be him. It's going to be him or Saliba. It's going to be one of the two. You have to mark them really, really closely, and they don't. It's really poor.
Well, Cole Palmer is going to try and shake this off, I think. He's moving the right leg. He's off the pitch momentarily. Sanchez helps it towards João Pedro, and Saliba wins the header. And Saka now just retains possession for Arsenal. What are you chuckling about, Dave Kidson?
I'm just looking at João Pedro, just thinking...
Tough afternoon.
I just hope he's not allergic to grass, because he's eaten half the pitch so far.
Cole Palmer's back on. João Pedro wins the ball, 40 yards from goal, got no support, but he does find Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer just initially managed to regather possession. João Pedro will do just that on the left-hand side. And João Pedro now has the ball for Chelsea. And Hato gathers. And now it is collected by Saliba. Saliba keeps it moving for Reece James. Reece James pokes it on towards Pedro Neto. Neto against Nkapie, and Pedro Neto just outside the area on the right-hand side, feeds it infield towards Cole Palmer, who couldn't quite swivel, and Cole Palmer now is hobbling away from the situation. Not sure he's properly recovered from what he felt on that right leg, and well, Trossard is outflanked by Chelsea bodies, and Rice smashes it away. And it's forward now towards Victor Gyökeres, and Victor Gyökeres is in possession just outside the penalty area. He's inside the penalty area now. It's Victor Gyökeres. What's he got in way of support? It's Victor Gyökeres, and still Gyökeres. Deflection on it. Eza has it. Touches it back to Saka, and now Jurrien Timber. It's Jurrien Timber who couldn't quite snatch his strike away, and he should have done far better in that situation after Gyökeres had done well to hold the ball up, and then Saka and Eza were involved, but Jurrien Timber had a great chance to test Sanchez and couldn't do so.
Oh, that was one touch away from being absolutely exquisite, because you've done me. I thought he was going to shoot first time. I think he sent half the stadium with that body swerve, cut inside, chopped back out, and they just couldn't quite get the shot away. But it's brilliant again from Arsenal. Gyökeres chasing lost causes, just what you want from your striker, and then making something happen.
37 minutes played at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. William Saliba with the goal to separate the two sides. Pedro Neto on the right flank, gathered now by Reece James. Reece James in towards Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer to João Pedro. And Reece James regathers once more 40 yards from goal. Clever turn from Enzo Fernandez. Now Hato has it left-hand side, back to the Argentine. He's forced backwards though, is Enzo Fernandez, and finds Saliba. Saliba with the strapping on the right wrist, feeds it back infield towards Sarr. Saliba once more. Pedro Neto flanked by Nkapia, and Nkapia wins the ball back really well. Nkapia up and over halfway, and he's got the run of Victor Gyökeres to his left-hand side. Nkapia instead finds Trossard. Trossard back to Nkapia. Nkapia's ball into the penalty area, and it's going to go out of play for another Arsenal corner.
He's so good at that, Trossard. I don't think I've ever seen a player who's so good at bending the ball around the centre half, and there's nothing that you can see it coming, and there's even if you're in the right position, as long as the run's good, he just feeds the ball in behind to a midfield runner. So good at it.
38 minutes played. Arsenal scored from a corner. They have another corner here. Their third corner kick of the game. And it will be Declan Rice, as is customary, to take it from this left-hand side, right-footed. So Declan Rice will take it. He gives the signal by raising his left arm. It's Declan Rice in towards the near post, but Cole Palmer was there. Not a particularly good corner kick, and a play for a throw.